Hey, thanks for dropping in with me. I am here to do your mirrored moon read where we're looking at the lunar cycle that got kicked off with the full moon in Capricorn back on June 21st and will be culminating with another full moon in Capricorn also on the 21st of July. So this is an interesting period we're moving through where there's a lot of distortion and reflections, a lot of illusion, a lot of glamour. And so I thought we'd just do a read to help navigate that terrain so we can pull a rabbit out of the hat from this hall of illusions. And I do feel like you're about to do that, Sag. I got that you got the spear of Lu firmly in your hand and you're about to fire a shot off in a particular direction. But there is somebody coming in who has a truth that they want to speak to you, or at least what they're marketing as the truth. And I do feel like this person kind of gets to the point where they're just about to approach you and then they turn back around. Okay, they're trying to polish their approach right now. Yes, they're trying to polish that mirror so you don't see the distortions in it, Sagittarius. I got a song that came in for you. It's from one of my favorite bands, Stiff Little Fingers, Suspect Device. And I just want to read the opening lyrics to you because I feel that it does really speak directly to your situation and this particular approach that wants to come your way. I think you already got, your own suspicions about this, but let's just help you tap into the inner energy and play here. It says inflammable material planted in my head. It's a suspect device that's left 2,000 dead. Their solutions are our problems. They put up the wall. On each side, time and prime us, make sure we get effed all. They play their games of power. They cut and mark the pack. They deal us to the bottom, but what do they put back? Don't believe them. Don't believe them. Don't be bitten twice. You got a suspect device, okay? So there's somebody coming here that has like a hair trigger, I feel. They're on that edge in their approach. They know that they got to really sell you on this truth that they're, going to present you with. All right. But there is something you need to be aware here that what they're planning in your head, it is inflammable material. It has the power to destroy what you're just about to, shoot towards. And there is some awareness you need to hold around this. They're presenting this information as if they're giving you a solution to your problems. It's not the solution. It's the source of the problem. It's this deception. And you should be suspicious of this approach. If you do exercise your suspicion and sort of take what they say with a grain of salt, then you're going to find that you come out smelling like roses in this situation. I say this because that's sus. It's said 7 times, okay? So it's in your favor to be suspicious about this. It keeps you on your lucky streak. And I do feel like you're entering a lucky streak. You're getting beyond a certain wall, okay? And you're about to flip up this game. You're about to turn the tables on somebody. I do feel like you've had to make certain cuts in your circle. There's certain people you've had to pull your energy back from. You may have been keeping an eye on things just to really feel out where is the direction you need to set those sights. But I feel like that's coming into view for you. But there is somebody who challenged you before. And they are coming around. And I do feel like the toll was high on this one. I think that this created quite a few endings in your life. I think it created quite a bit of loss for you. So you do need to be very aware. This person's going to get you all primed up. They may try to cater to your ego or to your sense of personal gratification, or they might want to really make you feel powerful, like you are the babe with the power. We got the Ace of Wands there. Okay, this could be somebody who also really, lays it on thick with the Lothario kind of vibes. They want to seduce you and entice you and use their wiles. Do be aware. This is a tricky rabbit, Sag, okay? So we're going to dive right into this energy. Do expect to hear this communication. I think this person has gone to approach you several times and then they had to pull themselves back because something, you know, questioned their perspective on a situation. Okay, I feel like new information came in that made them kind of go, well, wait a minute. It sort of like made them revise their game plan and how they approach. All right, let's check this out and see what this is. I already shuffled these quite a few times, but just wanted to give them another shuffle there, and let's check it out. Knight of Cups. You see, I told you they're going to be coming in. They're going to come in like they're here to save the day. All right. Your knight in shining armor, water sign energy, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio approaches friendly. All right. We got a suspect of vice, or you do rather. Maybe they suspect you too. It could be a little mutual suspicion here. Somebody's got their blocks up in this situation with the Two of Swords. Somebody wants to get beyond those blocks. Oh, somebody's got a lot of blocks in this situation. Look at this. We got the Nine of Wands here too. I think you're prepared for this. You are. You're prepared for this. You're already on guard about this. And I do feel like you got strength and might on your side here. It could be a Leo in connection with this energy. This could be something you've dealt with in the past. You already rose above this. I feel like you did get some keys to freedom in this situation, and you're not willing to, you know, let this character pass beyond this zone with you, all right? So I do feel like you're going through an initiatory gateway here. Maybe somebody wants to come along with you and they are being denied. Now, it's interesting. There was a similar theme that came up in Scorpios. So you might have a strong Scorpio placement in your chart. You could be in a Ophiuchus. This could be a Scorpio is being left behind, potentially, okay? But I feel like there's two paths that are diverging here, and that makes me think of the path of the woods. Oh, what poem is that? Where there's talk about the road diverging into two pathways and you have to choose one. And the path less traveled is the one that brings like the greatest reward. I don't remember who does that poem, but I think you get the picture. Okay, there is a road opening here, but it's your road. Somebody else's road is not intertwined with yours here. I see that very clearly. And there's resistance in regard to this. Somebody is resisting the Hierophant Taurus energy. We've got Leo energy on the board. And we have water sign energy, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Something's come to an end here, all right? Something's come to an end here with the Ten of Swords, as it should be. All right, let's get some more details here for Sagittarius. What does Sagittarius need to know about this situation? Oh, yes, there's a little manipulation at play. We do have the Magician here, and on the bottom of the deck with that, we got the King of Pentacles. Okay, so we did have strong Taurus energy come out. There's Taurus energy again. You could have a strong Taurus placement in your chart. There could be an earth sign involved in this situation. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Could be somebody born on the Virgo, Leo cusp there, okay? I feel like you got your eyes on the prize. And there's something here that is set to be a harvest for you. And with that Ace of Wands that came through, that is a fall timing card. So I do feel like there's a big harvest this fall for you. And there's a beginning. What you plant here, you know, what you fire that shot at with that Spear of Blue, it will come to a culmination point. But look here, the message is echoed again. This road does not include this person that's trying to find a way to hitch a ride to your son, okay? The wheel of fortune is spinning here, and it's spinning in your favor. Okay, this is your energy. It's also your totem, Native American birth totem, the owl for you, Sagittarius. So do you see you're on the top here? You already went through your cycle where, you know, you face those winds of change. You already had Tower Fall here. You're now headed toward rebirth time, all right? So I feel like this is like the final passage through your initiatory gateway that you're moving through. You're just about there. But there's like a final test here. Have you truly alchemized everything? Have you learned your lessons, all right? And notice that owl is really focusing on a truth. And that's what you need to remember here, a certain truth that you arrived at that is unshakable. And I feel like this is what's coming in here to sort of make you suspect your own truth. Right? Somebody is prepared to fire something off. And they're going to really come in with a lot of energy behind this with the Knight of Swords to communicate this, okay? Air sign energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. And, you know, it's interesting here because there's two that are like, okay, we're going to work together. They're, you know, already sort of balancing something out here. And here's that third energy coming in who wants in on this, all right? But somebody's being left out here in this passage forward. Okay, one more round of this, and then I'm going to pull out another deck to work with. Ace of Cups. So there is some fulfillment coming in here. But I feel like in order for you to get this fulfillment, 11:33 on the clock, this is total alignment, building block for your future. You have to enter through this gateway alone. You know, this person has their own, you know, initiatory gateway to travel through. And it's not something that includes you, I have to say. You're coming into alignment with something altogether different. And again, I can't make it up. This person is left behind. And they're looking at the blockage. And they're trying to figure out, how can I find a way through? The message is coming through so strongly, man. It's pretty wild. Let me do a cut of the deck here and see what we got. I feel like you'd really have to just be such a dolt to, you know, lose the plot at this stage. If you blow this one, man, come on. Come on. I mean, these indications are pretty clear. I have faith you're going to pass this one with flying colors, but, you know, we'll see. You know that something should come to an end for you to have this new beginning. I love it, you know, because there was the King of Wands. Here's the Queen of Wands. Okay, so fire sign energy. You're on point here, man. It's lit. And you know that you need to protect this new beginning you got coming your way. All right. And somebody here that wants to come along is going to have to, you know, go on their own solo journey. And there it is, flying off to the moon. I do see you taking flight. You're guided by the light of night. You're trusting your intuition in this regard. You may have invested in moving down a particular road for a long time, but you know it's time to go. And whatever you're moving into here, it is your point of initiation. It's going to bring a lot of gifts. But I think for somebody here that's not sharing this with you, it's rough, right? It's rough, all right? And I think they're going to make one final ditch effort to see if they can sort of turn things around. Let me get the angel deck here and see what we got. Five of Swords. Yeah, this person wants to know your plans. They want to figure out where you're going. They might know that, you know, you're coming into alignment with someone or something, and they feel like they should be a part of that, or they feel like this person shouldn't be who you're coming into alignment with. And there's something here that they want to try to cast this sort of like illusion around so that it becomes a burden to this coming together. They're trying to, you know, get some information. So they may be coming forward in a very friendly manner. But you could get tripped up if you let this person know about too many of your plans, especially when you've had this energy blocked before, right? So let's see. Guidance for Sagittarius. You're well on your way. I just feel like you're through the final stages of an initiatory process, you know? And you're getting to the tough part, man, where maybe you need to make some firm decisions. Maybe you really need to sort of like close some doors, and that's hard for you. You might have always favored keeping certain doors open because you felt like, well, you know, that's sort of like my insurance. If this direction doesn't work, then this door is open over here and I can just like, you know, slide my way in there. And there's something about that that maybe is the very thing that's eluded you from hitting the mark in the past or achieving some happiness or fulfillment in your life. And with that, just saw a blackbird flying to the south. Okay, yeah, something needs to be transformed here. it's like by doing that, you're never fully in. So how do you expect to hit the mark when you can't be fully in with what your dream or what your vision is or what you say you want to come into alignment with? It's impossible. Your energy's fragmented, fractured. You got to unify your energy, bring it back together with a single point of focus, and understand that sometimes that means that's the ending of a chapter in a particular storyline. Now you write a new story. Now you head off into a new direction. And for some of you, this is also retelling the stories of the past, you know? There might be new information that's come to light for you. You now have a different perspective about what went down. You see it through a different lens than you did before. And sometimes that's all it takes to completely shift our reality funnel, is just seeing a different view through a different lens. With that Knight of Pentacles, yes, it provides a light of understanding. It may have taken a while for you to get to this understanding, but you see it now. And now you know what you need to do in order to get things to grow in your life, get things to move forward. You know, you don't have to take the slow route. And I do feel like you're ready to blaze a trail here. You're tired of sort of like the dragging of the heels effect, or, you know, trying to wait for another to catch up, or, you know, you just recognize sometimes you have to be the one who is the trailblazer. You got to be the one who carries the torch, and, you know, let others find their own fire to light their own way forward, I have to say. So let's see what's coming in here for Sagittarius angels. What guidance do you want to give Sagittarius in this matter, angels? What guidance do you want to give Sagittarius in this matter? Bottom of the deck, Nine of Swords. Yeah, I mean, I think, you know, you may have kind of like stuck around for a particular character because you don't want them to go through hardship, you know. 1717 on the clock there, 88, you know. There is something here about not wanting a certain individual to sort of have to, you know, own up to their actions. You feel bad for this character. Maybe there's been times in your life when you've made mistakes, or you went through something really rough and you remembered how rough that was, you know, to have to own up to something, go through something. And so there's almost a part of you that's been willing to sort of take the brunt for this individual, but it's got a little bit of a similar vibe. There's probably some Ophiuchuses in this mix. There's, you know, it's got a little bit of a kind of carryover, similar vibe as Scorpio there, where, you know, you can't save somebody from their lessons. And actually, you know, you're protecting somebody that's been causing a lot of mischief and upheaval and problems in your life. It's by you actually allowing this person to just kind of learn their lessons, maybe the hard way, all right? But it's what actually allows you to move forward without any more of this like energy sort of like tripping you up. It gives you protection from the impious. This is a very, very interesting energy here. What's this card that flew out? Yes, look, because you need to protect your new beginning. You need to protect what's growing here for you. There's something earmarked just for you. And this is for your protection. Your blessings are just up ahead. And there are some evil spirits attached here. And when I say evil spirits, you know, you can look at that in many different ways. You know, I call jealousy, you know, an evil spirit. I call, you know, slander an evil spirit. That's how I look at it. You know, those kind of energies, they infect us with a certain kind of spirit that permeates us and permeates our lives. So you're dealing with somebody here that they come with spirits in tow. They got these energies attached to them: greed, wrath, envy. You know, look at those 7 deadly sins. It's got those kind of vibes. You invite this in, you take on some of that toll. I have to say, it starts to affect your life. It is a guilt by association kind of thing, because when you form an agreement with, you know, ties like that, you are in energetic agreement. It can't help but infiltrate you to a certain degree. And also for others to associate you with that energy, and it has an influence. So there's something here about, you have to think about what you're growing and where you're going, and do you want to put it at further risk? It's up to you. It's up to you. Only you can decide if you want to protect this, okay? But there's somebody coming in here who's planting stuff in your head that isn't going to do you any good, getting you where you want to go. It's going to trip you up and it's going to hold you back. And if that goes down, you know, who do you really have to blame? You can't really blame them. You know, you got to own your part in that. Let me do a cut of the deck here. Let's see what we got. The Magician, it comes in again, right? So this is about you really allowing yourself to step into this new beginning. And it's about you remembering what you're wanting to manifest for yourself. This is you stepping into that more initiatory energy, using that spirit blue and saying, all right, this is what I'm creating. This is aligned with my truth. This is what's right for me. There's also something here about you're gaining some insight, some wisdom in a spiritual matter. I think that owl medicine is helping you see something that you couldn't see before. You're aware of kind of what was tripping you up before. Perhaps even discovering some hidden secrets, some things that really do change the landscape for you as you move ahead here. Got Aries energy here, Aquarian energy. Again, big activation of your North Node of Destiny. And if you play your cards right and you take the right actions and you remember the lessons you learned, look at Uriel here is a little fed up. Uriel is actually the archangel that protects against any kind of like malevolent magic, hexes, things of this nature. So, you know, Uriel is holding a contract there saying like a certain contract's been filled. And it's interesting because there's a lot of activation around this sword. So it's sort of like reminding you of your soul contract, reminding you of what you're here to do, reminding you of the disruption, the disasters that can come if you don't actually willingly go through your transformation. It's sort of like life is saying, we can do this the easy way or we can do this the hard way. It's up to you. What do you want to do? Do you want to be the one who activates the change in your life? Or do we need to really get disruptive with this? Because something here that you've been sort of like making room for, maybe because you feel sorry for them or what they're about to go through as a result of their actions, it's actually going to be a burden that, you know, you're going to have to pay part of the toll on as well, as long as you continue to hang on to this. Now, this can be a particular person. This can be a particular path that you've been on that you know is out of alignment with integrity. This can be a certain truth, perspective that you've been holding on to that is really out of alignment with the reality of a situation. And so it's sort of saying like, wake up to the truth, the reality now, before you're the one who kind of like shoots yourself in the foot, right? This energy coming through. You do have assistance with this transformation here. And I do feel like they're giving you an opportunity. The powers that be, the powers, the great mystery is giving you the ability to do this yourself and really step into your power and go, no, I know what's up. I know what I need to release. Look at that. And with that, all these birds just flew up towards the north. Yeah, it totally like opens the road. It's time for you to open this road. You know, if you do, that stone of destiny is going to be totally secured for you. Right? Where you're going, you will land, safe landing too. Won't be a rough landing, won't be a crash landing, but you can go the crash landing route too. It's up to you. Right? You could be dealing with a Scorpio with the tower there. You could be dealing with an Aries. You could be dealing with an Aquarius. You could be dealing with any of the water sign energies as well. All right, let's check it out. I want to pull out a different deck. What do I want to bring in here? I'm going to just bring in a little elemental support for you. I don't know why it's been coming in with the reads I'm doing today, but it is. We're going to bring in the Infinite Tarot here. Bottom of the deck, Six of Water, fantasy, okay? Somebody's going to sell you a fantasy story. You may want to put on the rose-colored glasses. You may want to believe what they're trying to sell you here, but you do need to be aware there's some illusion here. I do feel like this is somebody you have fondness for. At one time, you may have, really felt like this person was, part of your inner circle, or you could have felt like this was a soulmate. And, just because the time has come to head down a new road does not mean that that person was not a soulmate. Sometimes soulmates just come into our life for a while to help us learn certain lessons, and then the paths diverge, right? You go down different roads. There doesn't have to be any harsh feelings about it. There is something here about you really need to go your own way in this regard and let others earn their own way too. You can't like let them hitch a ride on the spiritual work you've done, on the inner alchemy work you've been doing. Like, that's always going to hold you back. Like, you need to let this person be able to elevate in their own right. There's something about that here, okay? With that, we got the Queen of Fire upright. Yes, you're heading into a very fertile direction. This is the time of new beginnings for you. This is beautiful energy. This is you really being in that place where you are ready to activate your creative powers. You're ready to activate this new direction for you. This may be a very creative time for you as well. It could also be the activation of, sort of like a very sensual time in your life as well. Maybe you went through a dry spell and that's about to turn around, or maybe you're about to really connect with somebody on a sensual level that you haven't before. Maybe you're ready to enter some of those mysteries, I have to say, okay? Maybe you're ready to leave behind a certain kind of like romantic type of experience. You're looking for something a little different here. Yes, 9 of Water, tear in reverse. You don't have any tears to cry. Like, you're all cried out. You're ready to head in a new direction here. And these both were in reverse. And again, it's around water energy. All right. So I feel like there's something that's been sort of held on to for too long here. And this could be just like emotions that you've held in for too long, that you need to like release and just like clear it out. Have a good clear out if you need to. But eventually you got to release all those emotions. You got to release everything you've been holding on to, so you can use that water energy to nurture what's ready to now grow in your life. It's cleansing, right? Got water family here, water spirit, water sun. It's in reverse, right? So that gives me also the sense of, especially for those of you men out there, you may really be in a position where you were always taught to just sort of like suck it up, or you're not allowed to show any level of vulnerability. And so you kind of stuff down your emotions, and maybe that makes you feel really pressurized, and you find yourself acting out in such ways that hold you back. And this is sort of saying like, no, like let yourself open up to that. If you want to have flow in your life, you also need to be able to really flow with what you're feeling. You need to be able to flow with your emotions. You could be dealing with somebody who's very much in that like sort of like programmed masculine template of like, boys don't cry. It's possible, okay? But we all know that it's true that we all feel vulnerability at times. We all feel sensitivity at times. And there's something about you really understanding that there's a great freedom and strength in that, and not having to hold it all in, and actually letting it flow, and then seeing the way that that also shifts up the energy in your life, the way that it just helps carry you forward. And that's part of what's been holding you back, is not letting yourself flow with what feels emotionally authentic to you. You're trying to hold it inside, Maybe you need to, openly express yourself emotionally, or connect with your emotions more when it comes to speaking your truth. Ooh, it got dark on this side. I know it doesn't translate over there, but it's interesting when the screen times out when I'm in the middle of doing this, it's just the timing is really interesting. Yeah, like there's too much cloaking of that here. And there's that need in this situation on some level. It's like this raw emotional transparency. This the activating force for change, okay? So you do need to connect with this a little bit, maybe through music, maybe through, using the energy creatively. If you have a hard time kind of accessing your emotions, maybe it's time to connect with that creative energy of water to help release some of this energy that you're holding inside, maybe to help you express some of the endings that you're going through, maybe even create a little reverence around them. I do feel like you got divine timing on your side as you're going through these changes. It may feel like it's a little dicey, but you got angels on the outfield that are looking out for you. And you do have that ability to temper this energy and come into a place of alignment. Look, your fire is coming back. So there's some fire that you're reclaiming here, and it's bringing a lot of healing for you. Yes. And I do feel, this is really you being able to integrate your experiences. And there may be 3 people connected to this, all right? There may be 3 people connected to this. And it's like each person here is sort of needing to go through their own transformation. And it's something you can only go through alone. Do the paths come back together down the road? I don't know, Sagittarius. But what I do know is that you're being asked to enter the flow, and that's what's being resisted here, okay? And the flow is what opens up everything. Let me do a cut of the deck, see what we got. Oh, beautiful. High Ace Water Love, okay? Second time you got like that Ace of Cups energy coming in here. And with this, we got Earth Family, Earth Sun, and a little bit of that coyote medicine here. Okay, and there's that full moon off in the distance here, and look at that crossroads energy, the directional energy. Notice how it's a little bit off target. You're supposed to be shooting for that moon, man. It's a little off target. You could get distracted by this trickster. I say trickster because that's coyote medicine there. This is something that can have you chasing your own tail, kind of going in circles, going on that same, karmic loop you've already been on. There's a need here for you to really protect your medicine here. And your medicine are the empowerments that you've earned through the experiences you've been through. You're also coming into your medicines, okay? This is part of you going through this initiatory gateway. Some of you may have native ancestry, all right? If so, this is really waking up for you. In fact, you may be feeling a real activation of this. It's like you're being initiated into your ancestral spirituality here. You might want to explore the medicine wheel. Medicine wheel is good for everyone, by the way, Earth Family. It does represent everybody of every ethnicity, all coming together as one great big rainbow tribe, all right? So there might be something you want to explore here that's just coming in. You might want to put together a little medicine bundle for yourself, just little symbols, herbs, stones, tokens, mementos, things that remind you of your strength, where you come from, your empowerments. It's a lovely thing to have, especially when you're going through an initiation into the heart. I feel like that's what's coming in for you. You may be more comfortable with your fire. You may be more comfortable with your intellect. You may be more comfortable kind of like leading a charge, but I feel like where you're going, it requires you to really like let down the drawbridge, let the emotions flow. Oh, it feels dicey. It doesn't feel safe. And yet that's exactly where you need to go to make it through this initiatory gateway. Look at sun on one side, moon on the other, okay? So you might have like a mirroring energy between the two of you, like your sun sign is that person's moon sign or vice versa. There's something here about that, about an alignment energy. I also pick up this like shamrock energy here too. So I do feel like there's something that's coming in here. It's a bit of a blessing. It feels a bit lucky. Some of you may have Gaelic ancestry. Okay, there's love here. This is what you're coming into. So what you're really moving through with this initiation is you're moving through your fear. And for you, your fear has everything to do with your vulnerability. There's something here about that really raw emotional transparency, like not wanting to be seen as feeling something in a situation, which is really, I mean, I guess I understand that. I've been in places like that myself at times. If I look back, you know, times when I just wanted to appear really strong, really tough. But I learned the hard way, man, through getting dragged a long, hard mile that, you know, things just are so much easier when you just let yourself be in that place of complete openness, you know. And it's when you do that that you recognize that then nothing can have any power over you. It's always those things that we feel like we need to hide or we need to cloak that are actually the very things that set us free from the judgments, the opinions of others. If we just like own it, if we let ourselves be who we are, okay? So some of you might have a secret, or you might have something that you've kind of hidden about yourself because you don't think it'll be received by others. And yet it's you actually stepping up into this and fully embodying it that is your empowerment, and you're keeping yourself from that. Right? So there's something about that coming in here. You know, there's something maybe that you've hidden deep, deep, deep down below, you know, deep in the sea of your subconscious. And that's that sunken treasure. You need to go dive down deep and reclaim it and bring it up into the light of the sun. You know, there's something about reclaiming here. It's really a beautiful energy. This feels so like complete to me. It really does. This feels really complete to me, but I think that I'm going to go ahead and maybe, let's see, I'll go ahead and get you an overarching theme card with the Halloween Oracle. Let's just see what comes through. Yeah, we got your owl medicine there, okay? Wise theme, wise action. I think also, you know, the Jupiter energy is really front and center for you at this time. So there is some kind of blessing coming in for you. It's just really about you being able to let down your guard enough to let this blessing in. That's what it feels like. So I think you're aligning with your path of heart. And there's something about it that it's challenging for you to really like open up to trust this. Okay. What's coming in here for Sagittarius? Overarching theme, spirit for Sagittarius. Overarching theme for Sagittarius as they move through this initiatory gateway leading up to that culmination point with full moon in Capricorn on the 21st of July. Overarching theme for Sagittarius. Any further guidance? Bottom of the deck. To know that you're protected, your ancestors are protecting you, right? There's light to guide you as you move through this time of uncertainty or the unknown in regard to outcomes. You got to trust that little light of yours and just shine it forward, you know? Trust that light that's building in your heart, that light of understanding that's helping you know where you should be going, what you need to do. You know, maybe light a candle, you know, light a candle with the intention, you know, that everybody that needs to find the light to guide them, you know, is able to find their way through the dark too. You know, you can always use your energy in a way that can offer support to others in an empowering way, when you can still have, you know, your own experience and your own road to go, and you don't need to take on lessons that aren't yours to hold, okay? There's something about that. You might want to do like some visual work around that if you're having a hard time, you know, sort of letting somebody go through their own lessons. You might want to bring some of that kind of energy in. Kuan Yin energy coming in there, okay? The energy of compassion. Yeah, I feel like this is time for you just to accept that you are entering this portal of infinite possibilities. This is every bit rooted on the experiences you've been through in the past. I do feel like a lot of ancestral strength around you, guiding you, giving you support. Also, your roots will give you strength in this regard, but I feel like harvest time for you is coming this fall, and there's sweetness, there's synergy here, there's something beautiful here. There's something you're coming into alignment with here. Either you're coming into alignment with another, or you're coming into alignment with a path that's very deeply personal to you. And this is protected. There's a lot that's going to grow for you and come in for you here. There's some sweetness to make up for what was bitter, those hard times and bitter tea that you went through there. And this is synergy. Okay, so you just got to keep it up, man. You got to keep it up and let it flow and watch what comes in for you in the fall. It's very beautiful here. I love it.